So we're live.
Okay. So
I'm just figuring the camera out.
Right. Can we both fit in here?
It's half a screen.
Sharon and I are here today to talk about sleep challenges from a few different perspectives. And she's going to talk about from a nutritional perspective, and I'll kind of bring up the emotional and mental aspects that can be part of the reason for sleep challenges. And hopefully we'll give you some solutions and new perspectives.
Yeah, awesome. So join us. Oh, Kari just joined. Kari Long. Hi, Kari. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, have you ever struggled with sleep personally, Kari? I know I have. So I have a kind of personal perspective on sleep. Yeah, and sometimes the issue is getting to sleep. Sometimes the issue is waking up in the middle of the night.
And not being able to get back to sleep, yes. Turn your camera upright. Video is sideways. Okay, good. So we need to be like this?
Oh, can I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
we
just
need to
gonna
take a second.
see, I think. Oh,
That's funny.
this is so weird. Maybe we can't. Okay, I guess we're going to have to do this. It's just going to be there. Is that better, Kari?
Yeah, because it was in the right orientation. But anyway.
Maybe we should try it again. Should we restart? Maybe, I'm wondering.
Because this isn't going to stay.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that... Okay, wow. I don't know how Kari did that, but...
All right. That's not going to stay, but I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we've each got personal experience with having had sleep challenges, for sure.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
Yeah. My issue lately has been waking up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
And I have had the issue of not being able to go to sleep, but I've managed that, and now it's just waking up, especially the week before my period.
Right.
So
why don't you share with anybody watching and how you might deal with that from a hormone perspective?
Yeah. Well, often when we wake up in the middle of the night, it's because our cortisol levels have jumped up. They're not meant to. They're meant to be quite low throughout the entire night, and then start rising again first thing in the morning with the sun. So often that can happen if we have low blood sugar. Okay. So I often will suggest having a snack with protein and fat.
Yeah, before bed. We've got the dog barking in the background. Yeah.
It's a full house. And so protein and fat, like I love raw nuts before bed. They're high in magnesium as well, which helps with sleep.
Yes, right.
And then also dealing with stress in general so that our cortisol levels are more regulated throughout the day as well as in the middle of the night.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, would it help to potentially have something in the middle of the night?
Yeah, this is what I
actually get up and eat something. Okay, you're talking about...
You could. If you're always waking up in the middle of the night, for sure. Just something small, like maybe some raw nuts or some hummus and crackers, or a little bit of yogurt if you eat yogurt or something like that. This is what I use in the middle of the night because it's easy. This is valerian. It's not meant to be used long term.
Regularly, okay.
I just have a couple days out of the month that I have an issue. So this works for me, but it's just a few drops in some water. So I don't have to go and make a whole tea in the middle of the night and feel like I'm getting myself woken up more.
Yeah.
So Kari is saying you have insomnia issues getting to sleep. Okay. So Kari, is it because the mind is going? Like you're just really difficult to shut down? Yeah, that was my first thought. Melatonin's really great. Not so great in the middle of the night if you're waking up in the middle of the night, but for resetting our sleep cycle. So really helpful with getting to sleep.
Right.
And it's fine to use for a few months. I don't think anyone should be taking it for years and years. But sometimes we just need to reset our cycle and tell our body it's time to get to sleep now.
Of course.
And of course, if you spend more time outside during the day and you get that natural sunlight, then you can produce your own melatonin a lot easier.
Right.
So, getting exercise outside is really awesome.
Okay, that's a great point.
So you probably have some ideas about getting to sleep.
Yeah, so I mean one of the issues that I've come across as the main reasons from an emotional, mental, physical perspective have been that, can you hold that now? Okay, cool. Have been that the energy is just not flowing freely in our body, like from a perspective of our circulation somewhere is getting stuck. And so whether that's, I think of it as repressed energy. So whether that's like an emotional thing somewhere in your body or a physical thing. And so what has worked for me and for clients has been either really upping physical movement or getting out and getting moving. Sometimes that's about sexual energy too, is like, how is that waking you up in the night? But movement can really help with that as well. So I always recommend that and see changes that way by just upping movement for the next several days, and outside is ideal, but of course anything you can do. But the other thing, okay, the dog's really wanting to contribute here today.
If you hold it, I'll go.
Oh, sure. See what you can do. But the other thing is emotional, and sometimes we might not know what that could be. It's just that we're getting woken up or having trouble falling asleep, and there could be something stuck for you that your body's wanting to tell you. Because when our energy's not flowing freely, like I think of our body wants to circulate in a way that a free-flowing river wants to circulate water. And if something's kind of in the way, like a huge boulder, that energy is energy is just not circulating freely, and we just might not know what it is. So I really encourage that you reflect or have somebody to talk to about that. If you have a sense that there could be something you're holding on to, has something happened in your life recently? Could there be any grief that's come up recently or reminded you of some old grief? Is there something in the family? Is it, where in your body do you feel at all discomfort or holding? Sometimes we have little tightness in the chest, or you feel something in your gut, or your legs really bother you at night. Because when the mind is super active, it is reflective of us not being deeply settled in the body. And so I just experienced that last night and had an opportunity to go, okay, where is this? What's wrong? And used meditation as a way to slow down the mind enough to get deeper into the body and like, what is in there? So yes, I often use meditation to help with going to sleep, but my thing has been more waking up. And I've had clients with both.
I often practice forward folding. Like we both are trained as yoga instructors, and so forward folding and some gentle twisting can help just relax the mind before bed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just being really busy during the day. We're busy, and then we just expect ourselves to turn off so quickly. So just taking 10 minutes to slow the body down and make sure you're around, you dim the lights in your home in the few hours before you go to bed, just to tell the body that now it's time to start making melatonin, because it's made in the dark, right? If you're a light sleeper, I mean, you probably already know this, Kari, but even having, I wear an eye mask, I have earplugs in, I take the alarm clock out of the room. I even have a black piece of paper over our house alarm because there's a little light on there.
I know, little lights bug me too. I can't stand it. Yeah, it's so true. And another thing I was going to say, there's a reason why sleep experts always say to stay off the computer for a while before bed. It's like the screen affects the physiology of our body, and I think most people have noticed that, and so we have to tune into like, how much time do I need to get back into my body in a different way if I've been staring at a screen. So that's, the research absolutely shows that if you're having sleep challenges, to be off the screen for at least an hour, and that includes TV too. I think computers and TV affect us slightly different ways, but both of them affect us. It's like information going into your mind, right? So
it's stimulation. It's still stimulation, even though we feel like, we're relaxing on the couch, right? Our mind is still stimulated.
It's not a body relaxation. It's not like doing a child's pose or doing it like several yoga poses where you're just like dropping into your body.
Right.
That is certainly more helpful for the body for sleep.
Yeah.
So I think no phone before bed. Yes.
And Kari's saying she could not live without earplugs.
Yeah.
Me neither. I travel with them. I probably have about 6 pairs throughout, in suitcases, in my purse, and everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we've covered our main points. Was there anything else you wanted to say nutritionally? I love that information about melatonin and sun and dark.
Yeah, just making sure we're eating enough protein to help the body produce those neurotransmitters.
Right.
So GABA and serotonin and melatonin are all important for sleep, and they all need specific amino acids. So tryptophan especially, and taurine, which comes from poultry, is really high. We've had that experience after eating our turkey dinner, right? Eggs, tofu, most oats is wonderful. So oatmeal as a before bed snack would be great. And most raw nuts and seeds. So yeah. And Kari, is asking, what about magnesium supplements?
Yes, I've used that. What do you think about that?
I've used it before. If you're deficient in magnesium, it's really helpful. If you're not, it's not going to help so much, but it's worth a shot. The one thing about magnesium is we don't absorb it all that well. So a lot of it ends up in our colon and just causes maybe some loose stools. Oh, I see. So you kind of can decide how you feel on magnesium, if that's worth it to you. Maybe you don't absorb that much of it and you end up, with see what the consequences are. Okay. Magnesium bisglycinate is the best form, or magnesium citrate would be my second recommendations. There's a few different types of magnesium. Those would be the ones to choose. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any other questions before we sign off?
So Kari's saying, the not eating after 7 p.m. is a myth then. It's good to have a healthy snack before bed. So whenever I tell people to eat before bed because they're having sleep issues, they always ask this question because, they tell you not to eat. It depends what your health goal is. I mean, if you're trying to lose weight and you're sleeping fine, then maybe you're not eating after 7 or 8 o'clock at night. But if your adrenals are taxed, if you have hormone health issues, if you're not sleeping, then having just a light snack with protein and fat, I recommend. And you can try it and see how you feel, because everyone's individual, right? I had a client recently that, when the adrenals are taxed, we encourage salt, like a unrefined sea salt, to support the adrenals. And then this client had said that it actually wakes him up if he has salty food before bed. So he can have it the rest of the day, but he's noticed before bed, it supports his adrenals so much that he starts waking up. Oh, interesting. So you can explore that for yourself. I've never had that issue. But yeah, just check it out and see if it helps, especially getting to sleep, Kari. I would definitely try having a light snack before bed. Yeah, and I think that's the key too. I've tried both things. I don't like to feel heavy before bed. I wouldn't want too much. But since I've had cortisol issues from parenting, that I tried this as well, and I found it really helped with the waking. Now, that's not what you've mentioned as an issue, but I think it's just a great question for other people, is to try it. And like you said, a protein snack, not necessarily like junky stuff. Yeah. Could help. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. And I don't know about you, but do you ever, reading makes me fall asleep. I think, I can totally fall asleep if I am reading something, even if it's interesting. For some reason, it just totally calms my mind down. Yes. So having some sort of nighttime routine that you enjoy. Maybe it's a bath, maybe it's listening to music, maybe it's reading something, just like what you said, away from the computer and something that's so relaxing for you that's not in front of a screen, I think is great. That's stimulating you in another way. Yeah, works for you too, reading. A lot of people do say that. We can just get out of the habit, so it's just trying things again that work. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Thanks, Alexandra. Thank you for your perspective. And you can, if you want to talk further with either of us about our work, you can find me at alexandragoldwell.com, working with women and their bodies. And Sharon? Excellent. And you can reach me at personalnutrition.ca. All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us. See you again soon. Bye.